Paris Hedger is a fighter, which is just as well, because at only 20 years of age, she's had to endure more than her share of heartache and tragedy. It all started when her dream holiday turned into a daily nightmare. But incredibly, Paris says it's only made her stronger.
It's a battle she has bravely shared on social media.
In case this is my last post, there are a few things that I want to say.
Barely out of school and facing life's toughest tests.
She was preparing a will, she was doing stuff that no 20-year-old should have to be doing.
Months of pain, then a heartbreaking loss.
To have that news given to her as well, it was the worst day of my life.
Paris Hedger was living the dream, young, healthy and exploring the world. But in January of this year, she was rushed into a Beverly Hills hospital, telling mum Karen and dad Chris that she was struggling to breathe.
The mind starts wondering, thinking, what the hell's going on here?
Weeks earlier, Paris had been kicked in the leg by a horse, and unbeknownst to her, that injury had led to a condition far more serious.
It was real severe blood clotting throughout the arteries, which was then putting the pressure on the heart, and there was no blood flow.
50% of Paris's lungs were filled with clots. American doctors stabilised her condition and allowed her to fly back to Australia, but the fight was not over.
I've now been left with one option that could save my life.
At Melbourne's The Alfred Hospital, Paris underwent risky open heart surgery.
They take all of the blood out of my body so they can see the blood clots, and then they surgically remove them.
The surgery was successful, but it left Paris with a brain injury. Doctors are hopeful it's only temporary, but for the time being, the impact is confronting.
Just another thing I have to deal with because I can't really talk properly. Like, I know what I want to say, I just can't get it out, which is really annoying.
For every step of her recovery, her mother was there by her side, which makes what happened next difficult to comprehend. On the morning of August 20, in the home Karen Hedger shared with her daughters and her partner Aaron, the 54-year-old succumbed to a complex heart condition.
It was about 4 o'clock in the morning and I walked in and Mum was on the floor. Aaron was giving Mum CPR, so then we started taking turns while the ambulance were on the way. When the ambulance got there, they started giving her CPR, the defibrillator and stuff like that. They tried to bring her back, but unfortunately they couldn't.
Paris wasn't with her mum when she passed away. She was still recovering at this rehab facility in suburban Adelaide. Her father had the task of coming here to deliver the news.
Well, I was concerned how she was, so we had to get a nurse and a doctor ready because of her heart condition, and then it wasn't until we walked in the room with a care worker that Paris identified something was wrong.
I remember the morning I was sitting in my room and my dad came in and he was crying, and I just thought, what the hell is going on? And then they told me that my mum had passed away, and I just couldn't believe it.
The entire family was devastated. Karen had been their rock.
Well, we went to Melbourne for all the surgery for Paris. She was there every day. Anything we needed, anytime, she was always there before we needed to ask, so it's definitely a huge loss.
Family, friends and even complete strangers have helped out financially with tens of thousands of dollars in donations. And incredibly, Paris has found enough strength to smile and carry on.
Her mum would be proud of her. I think that's what she realised. Her mum would be really proud of her.
Made me so resilient. Like, I feel like I can do anything now, because if I can get through all of this, I can get through anything.
Paris and her entire family have been through so much, so let's hope her extraordinary inner strength helps her to make a full recovery.